We'll show you how one man is kicking poverty one shoe at a time. And Walter, if tonight was any indication, it doesn't look like they are slowing down anytime soon. As it turns out, the system that's trying to get you to the right place could actually lead you in the wrong direction. About 2 hours ago, this United Express flight 3150 made an emergency landing at the Natrona County International Airport. This is the most snow that Casper has seen for far too long. Unfortunately, they're not here in Wyoming yet, but when he was here at Casper College last week, he said we're going to have to work on that. All right, this isn't really fair to women, but men, if you threw back a few beers on Super Bowl Sunday, there's some good news for you. There are plenty of sales to be had tomorrow. It also may be a good way to express your creativity. We're going to head over to Chief Meteorologist Joel Barnes to see how the weather's looking. Joel, it's a little cold tonight. The governor's State of the State address before the legislature has a lot of people talking. Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Agencies in Natrona County are being rewarded for a job well done. Sales tax revenue decline is hurting Casper in ways which could be unpopular. As always, there's as much talk today about Super Bowl ads as there is about the big game itself. You know, I have to say a lot of the time I watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, but yesterday was a really good game. And they had good commercials, so it was a win-win.
Kristen now joins us live to share with us a prime example of how one company is helping others. Kristen, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Walter. The company Tom's Shoes was founded on a simple premise. For every pair of shoes that is sold, Tom's Shoes will donate another pair of shoes to a third world country, one for one. Tonight we begin our series, Tom's Shoes, A Brighter Tomorrow. We had the opportunity to sit down with Tom's Shoes founder Blake McCoskey to find out how he is changing the world one pair of shoes at a time. In 2006, American traveler Blake McCoskey befriended children in Argentina. While he was there, he found that they had no shoes to protect their feet.
When I was there, I met some people doing some volunteer work, and they were specifically doing a shoe drive. They were collecting used shoes to give to children who didn't have shoes in the local community.
Most children in developing countries grow up barefoot. Whether at play, doing chores, or just getting around town, these children are at risk.
I wanted to help, but I didn't want to just make a donation, because I knew if I made a donation, those shoes would get used up really quickly, and then that would be it. And so I wanted to find a more sustainable way to give these kids shoes.
Wanting to help, Blake created Tom's Shoes, a company that would match every pair of shoes purchased with a new pair of shoes given to a child in need. Simple, one for one.
The idea was we would sell a pair of shoes today so we could give away a pair tomorrow. We went back and we gave away the 10,000 shoes, and I got to take my parents and my brother and sister and some of my interns. That's when it was just so emotional and just so transformative, really. I just knew that after we did 10,000, there'd be 100,000, and we'd just keep going.
4 years later, Tom's Shoes has given over 400,000 pairs of shoes to children in need through the one-for-one model.
Everybody told him that it would never work and that his idea was more or less crazy, that he didn't have the backing or the funding or the business model, and he didn't listen to any of that and moved forward anyway. I think that's amazing.
He's showing that you can actually merge the two goals and give back and do something that's really meaningful, and at the same time still make a profitable, successful business.
I feel that Tom's is kind of developing into a community and more of a movement than a company. So people, when they're buying Tom's and wearing them, they're really feeling they're part of it.
Of the planet's 6 billion people, 4 billion live in conditions inconceivable to many. Tom's Shoes takes a step towards a better tomorrow.
Now we're giving away shoes 6 days a week all over the world. So there's probably 3 or 4 shoe drops going on right now. Instead of customers, we have supporters. And I think that that's really an indication of, people's desire to be part of something larger than themselves, something that I could do forever.
And there are plenty of ways for you to get involved. Ongoing community events and shoe drop tours allow you to be a part of this one-for-one model. If you would like more information about Tom's Shoes, head to our website, kcwy13.com. All it took was this one tweet and 140 characters to let the world know that Israel Hyman and his family were in Kansas City, and more importantly, that they were not at home.
Pretty unnerving, and then you worry, about, could this happen again?
And because of this status update on the popular networking site Twitter, it was an open invitation for a man to come to Israel's home and burglarize it.
You post too much information, then you essentially become a victim, or could become a victim.
17-year-old Kristen Hyde says she uses Twitter and Facebook regularly to update her status.
They always do basically know what I'm doing.
But after hearing about some of the dangers, she says she will think twice before sharing her exact whereabouts.
A pretty bad idea to say where you're going, what time, and what day. So you never know all the people that use Twitter or Facebook or MySpace. They're always watching.
Put that information on there and you update it constantly. It's easy for you to become a victim of any kind of crime. I mean, a burglary or someone stealing your car or stealing all kinds of stuff, coming and taking you or your children.
There's always those weird people out there that are computer smart and know how to trace stuff and come get you.
The social networking site Facebook, which has grown to 175 million members worldwide, is widely known as a place where people share all kinds of information.
I use Facebook to network with my friends, keep in touch with all my friends back at home. I use it to chat.
But the company that runs this site caused an uproar last week when it appeared to claim the right to keep all that information for itself, which made some Wyoming Facebook users angry.
Kind of read a little bit of it and I got mad and stopped reading it.
I really don't believe that something you post online should be their property even after you take it down.
After howls of protest, including a group created on Facebook which protested against it, Facebook did an about-face and blamed it all on a misunderstanding.
We were trying to clarify our terms of use, to sort of shorten them and to use simpler language. And inadvertently, we removed some language that was very important to a number of people.
Facebook has since restored the old language and says that you can rest assured that if you delete your profile, it disappears forever.
But experts warn just because Facebook isn't spreading your info doesn't mean someone else online won't.
Anytime you put out written information, photo information, any type of information that you can think of, you have lost control over how and where that's going to be used.
You always have to assume that anything you post online could possibly be out online forever.